Boom! Yo, what's up? What's up? Hey, I'm a freestyle this one. I don't even got a topic yet. So check it out. Turn up my headphone. Yo, turn up my left one. No, wait, my right one. Turn it up. No. So we've got 24 hours today. How many hours have you already made the most of? Now, bump that. Let's talk about what you're doing with the day. I can tell you your future. I can tell you your future just by looking at what it is you do within 24 hours. If I take what you do in 24 hours repeatedly, maybe I look at the week, but really I probably just look at three days collectively, because most humans don't really do anything off the beaten path. You know what I'm saying? Most humans, you make them do anything outside of their ordinary little sphere of activities for more than about 30-45 minutes, you done stressed them out. They're flooding. Literally, they're going into fight or flight mode. Their TY access is being overloaded. So today, nothing else matters. Literally, I don't know what the heck else I ever talk about, because realistically, today, nothing else matters other than what you're gonna do with God's currency. This day that's been put in front of you. If you want to get stronger, if you want to get better, if you want to create a higher quality of life, there's one thing you need to do. It's very simple. You've got to do the thing you fear. You've got to do the thing you fear, and you've got to do the thing you fear again. And then you got to do it again. And if you can do the thing you fear enough, you do the thing you fear until the death of fear is certain. And that is how you evolve deliberately and intelligently. That's the game. So today, within this 24 hours, I want you to track down your fear. I want you to stalk fear. I want you to look at fear as a target indicator. Fear is not only something that you must conquer, but it is also something that can drive you to create. I've been doing a lot more introspection this year. Actually, I always do a lot of introspection. I think it's one of the most valuable things. That's why I have Temenosuke tattooed on my left bicep. Know thyself, right? Man, know thyself. So I sit here and I'm like, I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm maturing, hopefully. And with that comes a new perspective. When you're strong enough to see things more accurately, then you'll see them more accurately. The interesting thing about that process is you can't really force it on yourself. You have to do the work to become the person. Then you're strong enough to see more accurately, and then you get the gift. And so I've been talking about motivation. I've been talking about inspiration. As I dig deeper into myself and I become strong enough to be even more vulnerable with even myself, I find that one of the most motivating things in my life has almost always been fear. I am more afraid of what will happen or could happen if I don't than I am of what might happen if I try. Go ahead, Liz, just let that, put that in your, just let that swirl around. Just sprinkle some of that in your grape soda right quick. I'm finding that there's two types of people, the doers and the don'ters, right? But there's those people who are afraid of what could happen if they fail, if they try. And then there's those other people that are afraid of what could happen, what will happen, fate. Fate will come upon you. What will happen if they don't try? You'll just end up poor. You'll just end up fat. You'll just end up a loser. You'll just end up with a dead end job when you're a senior. There'll be nothing you can do about it. You used to be a really nice guy that goes to church. There was a really good dude who just never was able to provide anything for his family and never was able to provide anything for himself and was never able to really impact the world on a larger scale outside of his little sphere of influence because he was so afraid of what would happen if he tried, because failure was just so terrible. Because he failed to try when he was young, strong, resilient, and could afford to get punched in the face. You know what I'm saying? Now, it's one of the biggest tragedies of our world that people are now made so soft that the fear of failure is like The fear of rejection and failure is like literally paralyzing, but I doubt it's a modern thing. I'm sure humans have been dealing with this forever. We've all dealt with it. I've dealt with it. But I say all of this to say, as I like to call myself something like an alchemist, there's a duality in fear, as there's a duality in everything. Light implies dark, day implies night, life implies death, ones and zeros. It's everywhere. There's nowhere. Every lesson, every victory has a possible failure that can come out of it. Pride comes before a fall. Every failure has a lesson that can bring you to victory. This is in everything, and I see it in fear now. As I sit here and I look at myself and I look at what drives me, I try to control my diet because I'm afraid of being a little fat kid like I used to be when I was in middle school. You know what I'm saying? I learn as much as I can because I'm afraid not to unlock my potential, and I'm afraid to have this grace that's been shown to me in life, and to be able to do this. I'm afraid to let that all end up being in vain. Like the Father should have given it to someone else because I wasn't a good steward. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I just want to be, I know I can't be, but I want to try my best to be worthy of this opportunity to live this beautiful life. So I go ham sandwich all the day, all the time, every morning. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, but the point is, find your motivation to do the thing you fear, but understand your fears and understand that fear as an energy is also there to motivate you. The alchemy of fear is to be more afraid of fate, more afraid of what can happen to you if you do not act. Take a look, especially if your fear, even scientifically and in psychology, is the type of thing that is one of the most impactful emotions to your psychology. You will react more sharply to fear than almost anything else. It elicits a much more acute reaction inside your biochemistry. This is why the news is full of fear, because it is the most potent emotion to keep eyeballs glued to the screen and to get those ratings, which then lead to sponsorships, which then lead to a fruitful channel. So use this interpersonal dynamic to your advantage today. Do the thing you fear until the death of fear is certain. Ignorance is generally what feeds fear. Come up with a plan, get after it. But also, think about what will happen to you if you do the same thing for another 10 years, another 5 years, another 30 years, however much time you have. Think about what's going to happen. If that's not realistic, think about the texture in your life just at the end of this year, when you spent this entire year doing the exact same thing. Is that really living, or are you just on a treadmill? You know what I'm saying? I just want you to enjoy, to experience this life, man. And fear is one of the most motivating things in the world. So that's my freestyle for this morning. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know what I'm going to call it. But I make these videos because I love you guys. Visit me at ByronRodgersMotivation.com or ByronRodgers.com. Yo, get up on this next season 2 of my podcast, Executive Protection Lifestyle. If y'all ain't got your swag, go hit up the store on my website. And I'll see y'all on the next piece of content. Out. Boom.